Hi there. Welcome to the audio summary of book Ducking Nonsense, written by Santosh Dayal. Ducking Nonsense, the Reflection Edition. Ducking Nonsense, How to Lead at Work Without Losing Your Mind. This is not a leadership lecture, it's a pause. A pause to think about how we lead, how we work, and how we sometimes make it harder than it needs to be. Over the years, I've seen good, smart managers trapped in well-intentioned nonsense. Endless meetings that discuss nothing, reviews that measure activity instead of impact, and leaders who confuse motion with meaning. If you've ever wondered why leadership feels heavier than it should, you're in the right place. I didn't pen this book because I've perfected the art of leadership. I didn't write this out of frustration either. I just got tired of nodding through things I no longer believed. I've witnessed many others doing the same. This book is a collection of my mistakes, misfires, and mid-meeting realizations, the kind that usually end with someone saying, "Let's circle back." I've explored quite a few leadership books that outline what actions to take. However, this is an effort to highlight what not to do. We're often taught to agree, not to doubt. This is an effort to doubt, to ask, to think, to call out, to be realistic before we get carried away trying to be ideal. This is your field guide to sense and a gentle invitation to drop the noise. It's a combination of real-life stories, boardroom confessions, and lessons from the field, from sales teams to senior leaders. It doesn't preach, it provokes reflection. You'll find humor, you'll find truth, and you'll find a mirror, because most nonsense doesn't happen to us, it happens through us. You don't need to read this book to change the world, just to make sense of yours, but you might save your team from your nonsense after reading this. So take a walk, put your headphones on, and listen with intent. Because sometimes leadership isn't about speaking louder, it's about hearing yourself clearly. So, let's dive in. Part 1. This is Nonsense. Chapter 1. You're not in a movie, so stop acting like a hero. We grow up on stories of heroes, the ones who fix, save, rescue. That conditioning never leaves us. So, when we become managers, we try to do the same, to be the hero. But leadership isn't a movie. It's not about being spectacular. It's about being steady. You don't need to rescue people. You need to release them, to let them think, decide, and sometimes stumble. Most leaders burn out because they confuse importance with indispensability. They believe if they're not fixing, they're not leading, but the opposite is true. When you stop playing the hero, your team finally becomes the main character. Ask yourself quietly, where are you performing instead of leading? Chapter 2. Make peace with confusion. That's leadership. We think leaders are supposed to have answers, but real leadership begins when you admit you don't. Confusion is not failure, it's feedback. It's proof that you're exploring something real, not rehearsing something safe. Your job is not to eliminate confusion, it's to create calm inside it, to stand in the middle of uncertainty and make sense, one layer at a time. The best leaders don't promise clarity. They promise presence, because presence outlasts perfection. Chapter 3. Fix yourself first. You're the drama you're avoiding. You can't lead from chaos. If you're anxious, reactive, distracted, your team will mirror you. Leadership is emotional influence. People don't follow your words, they follow your mood. So before you try to fix others, check your state. Are you grounded, clear, centered? Your calmness is their climate. When you manage your inner drama, the outer one loses power. Ask yourself, what part of your leadership needs fixing, not others? Chapter 4. Stop fixing people. Start working with them. People are not broken. Systems are. Clarity is. Psychological safety is. We waste energy trying to develop people who were never the problem. We lecture instead of listening. We analyze personalities instead of addressing patterns. When you fix a person, you create dependency. When you fix a system, you create autonomy. Leadership is not about changing people, it's about designing spaces where they can change themselves. Leadership is about changing and creating systems which can create success. Chapter 5. Stop preaching values. Start living them. Every leader talks about culture. Few live it. Posters talk about integrity. But real culture is created in the micro moments. What you ignore, what you laugh at, what you let slide. Values don't live in PowerPoints. They live in habits. And people watch what you do when it's inconvenient. Culture is not what you say, it's what you tolerate. Part 2. Making sense without losing your mind. Chapter 6. Making sense before leadership makes a mess of you. Your real job is to make sense, to turn noise into narrative. Sense-making is not a meeting, it's a mindset. It's the art of helping people see what connects, what matters, and what can wait. When you stop trying to control and start trying to clarify, people begin to think with you, not for you. The moment you make sense, you make progress. Chapter 7. Still not done. Leadership is a loop. You never arrive as a leader. There's no graduation day, no final promotion that says, you figured it all out. Leadership is not a ladder, it's a loop. You sense, you act, you reflect, and you repeat. Every challenge is just a new version of an old lesson, disguised in new faces and forms. The smartest leaders stay learners. They don't ask, am I done? They ask, what's different this time? Chapter 8. Good enough is better than burnt out. Perfection looks noble, but it's often fear in disguise. We polish because we fear judgment. We redo because we fear criticism. And in the process, we forget the point of the work. Good leaders deliver results. Great leaders deliver learning with results. Perfection kills progress because it punishes movement. Done is not the enemy of excellence. It's the path to it. Ask yourself, where are you chasing polish instead of progress? Chapter 9. The Nonsense Radar. Spot what you're still tolerating. Every team has nonsense, some loud, some quiet. It's in the approvals that add no value, the reports nobody reads, the meetings that drain energy. Your job is not to complain about it, it's to notice it, because what you tolerate becomes the tone of your team. When you build your nonsense radar, you stop being reactive and start being real. What nonsense are you still tolerating because it feels normal? Chapter 10. The Real Leadership Shift. The real shift in leadership is from impressiveness to usefulness. The world doesn't need more brilliant talkers. It needs better sense makers. People who can help others see clearly, act wisely, and stay sane. You don't have to shine. You have to help others see better. That's what real leadership looks like. Not spotlight, but clarity. Bonus chapter. The Harmony Paradox. True harmony isn't the absence of conflict. It's the presence of trust. Teams that pretend to agree don't last. Teams that can disagree safely do. Harmony doesn't mean peace. It means balance. The courage to bring tension into the room and the maturity to handle it well. If there's no friction, there's probably no growth. If everyone nods, someone's not honest. Real harmony is messy, noisy, and full of learning. It's what happens when people care enough to challenge each other. So when you find yourself in tension, smile. It means you're alive, engaged, and leading something that matters. The Leadership Toolkit. Ideas fade fast. Only practice keeps them alive. That's why Ducking Nonsense closes with the Leadership Toolkit, a set of simple questions, behaviors, and self-checks to help you pause, reflect, and act. Because reflection without action is philosophy, and action without reflection is chaos. So start small. One question a day, one behavior a week, one moment of sense in the middle of noise. That's how leadership grows, not in programs, but in pauses. Ask yourself quietly before every day begins, am I leading with sense or just managing nonsense? Thank you for listening. If this made you pause, reflect, or breathe a little easier, share it with someone who leads people for a living, because that's the hardest job in the world and the easiest one to lose yourself in. You can't stop the nonsense around you, but you can stop adding to it. And that's where real leadership begins. And remember to keep ducking nonsense. Ducking nonsense. How to lead at work without losing your mind. For everyone who's tired of corporate chaos and ready to make sense again, be the leader you wish to be led by. Thank you.